Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fine evening of teamfortress.tv. It is I, TurboTabs, and I'm not alone. I'm here in the booth with Master Beta. How are we doing, Beta?
That sounded like an insult, but I'm happy to be here, TurboTabs. It's great to see Witness Gaming versus Foreskings. I've been looking forward to this. The last time we saw Witness Gaming versus Foreskings, a team folded. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen this time around.
Over in the production panel, it's not nearly as a pun as I would like, but we've got Master Wiethoofd over there. He can't say anything, but I'm sure he's waving near his computer monitor. He's going to be pressing all the buttons, making sure you're seeing all the vibrant colours on your screen, because it's going to be very vibrant tonight. Almost like a deja vu moment here, Beta, because we're covering two teams that in title we've covered, but some team names have been swapped and some team names have not changed at all. No players, no swaps, no nothing. It's going to be quite clean classic TF2 tonight, and that two lineups are going to be Witness Gaming EU versus Foreskings. And Witness Gaming EU, if you're not keeping up, it was the old evil guys lineup when they first started the season.
Let's take a look at that lineup so people can see the new lineup, because the old Witness Gaming was the one with Mac and like his entire crew, but this is very different, right? So this is the sellout evil guys team. So it is Domo on Medic, it is Lucas aka Base God on Demoman. I can't believe ETFL let him get away with this. But then we got Poppy on Pocket, we got Demul back on Roamer, been a while since we see him. Thomas just had a monster season on Scout, he's back. You can see his DPM is solidly over 300. That's insane. And then we've got Classy back on Scout after a long stint on Medic, and then he was sort of away a bit as well. So like Classy is definitely the big question mark for me. But this is a very strong team, and Witness Gaming, they lost their really strong team and they just picked up another one right off the bat.
Yeah, that's the beauty of sponsor shopping in TF2. There's not too many of them going around. Everyone's kind of trying to grab a sponsor where they can, so it was an easy pickings for Witness Gaming EU, and they couldn't have picked a better team. They're looking like the first seed and looking like to take the entire thing, but we've got some resistant freedom fighters. We should probably head over to our another lineup, that is Foreskings, so we'll just bring up their names onto the screen briefly. Alright, so we've got Zangetsu over on that medic class. Lanza will be playing that Demoman. Wacky will be playing the Pocket Soldier. Jackie Legs on that lovable roaming soldier, and Phoenix and Zoe are going to be playing the two scout roles. I don't know which one's pocket or flank, so don't judge me. All right, this lineup, Beta, is it going to beat Witness Gaming straight out the gate, or should I turn off the screen right now?
You should definitely not turn off the stream, but I do think that Witness Gaming is going to win this, but that's what I would have said the last time as well. And there are some chinks in the armor of Witness Gaming as well. Like we saw that last week. That wasn't like a super clean, like no hassle whatsoever, like win.
It was not the cleanest of TF2 we've ever seen. There was some hiccups, some kind of bumps in the road, but overall they did kind of, as one bind would say, it doesn't matter, 6 ETF2L points. So. But Foreskings, they're the kind of Witness Gaming slayers, in name anyways, so maybe they can make their magic happen again tonight, because they were the last team that beat that other Witness Gaming who had every right to, to walk away with that win on prestige alone, but they managed to kind of break them apart just from that, and then we haven't seen them since.
Yeah, like, I kind of feel like Foreskings is the kind of team that just has no respect for anyone, right? Like, they don't go in going like, oh, these guys are so good. Like, I don't know, should we even bother? Like, no. Like, they're going to play their hardest every time, and they just take every opportunity that they're given. And they just do not care who they're playing against. Like, so in that way, they just have no respect for their opponents. They don't care who it is. And they're also, like, a team that I would consider pretty clutch. And it's just that whenever they're in some sort of stressful situation, they almost always come out ahead. Like, they're just very much built for the high-pressure situations. And I really like that about them. Like, these are the type of people like Jackie Legs and Lancer and these guys. They have been just haunting the Div 1 and Prem teams for so many seasons. Like, I think the last time I played a serious season of TF2, I had my playoff dreams just crushed by Jackie Legs. Right? Like, and I think they were even called Foreskings back then as well. So that's how far back we go with these guys, and they just kill your dreams over and over.
Well, let's see if they end some dreams tonight. But I mean, we went over the Witness Gaming lineup. We said it was obviously star-studded. Everybody on there is an absolute master in their class. But is there anything that maybe brings that matchup a bit closer between all these classes? Is there a particular head-to-head that you're like, oh, that's actually pretty good? That could be interesting.
Yeah, I kind of want to see like Classy versus Phoenix. I think that would be a very interesting thing to look at because I think, as I mentioned when we went through the roster lineups, I think Classy is probably the biggest question mark in there. I like Demore and Classy are the two new additions to this lineup, or at the very least flips around with Classy going from medic to scout. And the question is, of course, has he just forgotten how to aim? Can he still click people? Like, he's still going to be fine. Don't worry about it. But like, if you look at the stats, he's not that impressive. Right? Like, he has lower kills, lower damage.
Yeah, I'm going to put a little asterisk on your little stats, though, is sometimes when you're on these top teams, you're literally beating over each other, trying to get to the kills, trying to get to the stats, because your games end a lot quicker. There's less minutes in these damage per minute, damage taken per minutes, and yeah, it can kind of skew the stats a little bit. But hey, look at these two with air shots on per map. Exact same. At least we know they're even on that ground.
Yeah, they have an off class to like Pyro and Reflected anyone. So that's nice. They're both on 0. But, you know, I also just wanted to put attention on Phoenix because I actually think Phoenix has had a really strong season. I'm pretty sure it's his first season in Prem as well, right? And that he's been really impressive. I just kind of figured, Phoenix is some sort of puck player kind of guy. So yeah, he's been very impressive to me. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on this. But of course, you know, this is Granary. No, wait, is it Granary's out on?
Yeah, it's going to be. Our first map will be Granary tonight. It is week 5 after all, so we're getting another dose of Granary from that 4th leftover week, and we're quite well into the season now. So these two teams should be quite seasoned up and just giving, kind of winding down to like their best performances they can make. So I've got high expectations for this week 5 game.
Yeah, if nothing else, I can guarantee you it's going to be pretty entertaining as Jackulex is just going to suicide in over and over again. The question is, will he get kills while he's doing it? Because that's kind of how he plays. Very aggressive, very proactive in the way that he just jumps in. Like him and Wacky will just be on top of Lucas a whole bunch. And that is kind of what you want to do on this mid. And then, of course, the other thing that I'm going to be looking for TurboTabs is anyone actually going to run the stock pipes to this mid? Like, come on, guys,
God,
please.
this guy. I know I was getting deja vu from somewhere. It's not just the teams, it's you talking about these bleeding pipes and these stock launchers. No, we've been seeing Demomen pop off with the Iron Bomber despite those kind of edited hit scan boxes. But what can you do? What can you do? But I think there's going to be a lot of things going to be interesting for Witness Gaming EU tonight. Not only are they should be scared of Foreskings, they've got to be scared of Kado reviewing the maps after. All right, if you're just joining us, this is teamfortress.tv's coverage of Week 5 ETF2L Season 41, sponsored by, actually we probably shouldn't mention that. But anyway, moving on into our first mid. And Lanza is already being pressured by Base God. Base God already locking out the Demo Man, and the pressure's already been put down. The health pack hasn't even been picked up by poor Lanza as well. This is a disaster zone for the Foreskin squad. They're trying to get out. Pappy did cut off their one exit, but they just turned around, peppered him down, and they will get out scot-free. The beauty of losing a Demo Man so early, Beta, is you all kind of get out quite early too.
Yeah, that's a very positive spin on a very bad thing to happen on a mid. I'll give you that. But it looks like Class is going to see if he can make his way through, but Jackulex is having none of it, just shuts the door on him. But yeah, just the fact that, like, we already knew that Lance was going to have a big task ahead of him trying to go head-to-head with Lucas on that mid. And yeah, he lost the first one pretty badly, getting completely just zoned out of being able to go back there. And then as soon as the scout started to pepper him down, he just walked back into a sticky trap. And yeah, Lucas is not going to mess that one up. But looks like Classy was the main thing trying to go through. He didn't make it through, so now we're just stuck here on a bit of a stalemate. So we're waiting to see how Witness Gaming is going to try and see if they can break this forward hole. Looks like you might see Poppy try to do something here. At least he's going to posture a bit, but kind of waiting to see what the Wolf's going to do.
He's must have heard you out loud because he's going straight in. Tries for a big boy bomb. Doesn't get the big boy kills, however. They will lose
Hey,
Wacky.
he gets Wacky.
Yeah.
Nice.
He'll lose Wacky during all of the fray, so he's not going to die without a little bit of damage to his name. But in the grand scheme of things, we're going to have to pack out the sandwiches.
Oh, actually, through again. That was very brave. Okay, you just tunneled into 2 players there, so Classy just definitely playing the roaming kind of scout, just running in, see if he can make something happen. Soldier's actually in on the medic.
Oh my god! He got not just 1 kill, but 2 kills and a drop to boot. This man, Jackie Legs, it looks absolutely awful on the first point of view, but it looked great in the kill feed. What a man! What a god!
Yeah, and Thomas was like trying to body block as well, and he just got taken down as well. So it was like not only a medic kill, they also took down the scout as well. So there's no real danger of back caps or flanks or anything that can pick off that medic. So this is looking great here for Foreskings. So they're just moving forward, trying to take out the second point. You know, just doing their best not to walk into sticky traps, and that is basically the only thing that can really go wrong for them. And that shouldn't be a big problem.
These are massive for teams like Foreskins. Having these momentum shifts, they kind of just build into your team, realizing like you're playing, it can bleed. Goliath can actually die if you punch enough little pebbles into his face, but they've got the sniper up, they've got the engineer building that sentry gun out, so Goliath is going to be a tough cookie to crack over on this last point. Classy's even bringing out the heavy weapons guy. Everyone is high-landing it up on this Granary
they're
last.
being kind of slow here. They were on 100% for quite a while, and they also have a spy. This is very weird. Lancer's in. Like, they need to be fast if they want to get in here with Uber advantage, but they kind of just pissed the advantage away. This is, like, very disheartening. So now it's just all on whether or not this spy can work. So Jackilex, he's on the spy. He actually made his way onto the pipe through the window. So this is all just a big distraction now. A big play. I'm expecting some sort of soldier pressure coming in here. Wacky might be the one. He's in the window.
They show the spam. He jumps down. They have no idea. The back is good. The back is delicious. He feasts on an easy domo kill. Now they just need to get their Uber charge into the fight. They're already in, by the way. They finally popped off now, right on top of the point. They just need to clean up these little kills. Classy's probably going to go down. And is this a pause at the end of the round here, Beta?
Has the team folded already?
Oh my god, someone quick check ETF2L. What is it about this rock, paper, scissors game that Witness Gaming is always holding the rock to poor little paper of Foreskins?
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, it's just, again, it's just these like kind of weird high-risk plays, right, coming out of Jackie Legs, just jumping in. I mean, it wasn't like a high-risk play, the first one, but now going spy on Uberad, like that's a weird strat. Okay, it looks like someone must have just disconnected pretty quickly, because that was just a pause on pause, but usually means that someone's like rejoining the server, right?
All right.
And he's back.
They're just chalking up that entire loss to some sort of disconnect, some weird lag maybe, everybody just having a reconnect. It's fine, you know, 1-0. It's kind of a big deal, but they're shrugging it off. You know, they're professionals here at Witness Gaming, and one round is not going to scare them, but let's go into it. Our warm-ups are done. We're going into our second round of Granary. It's already an upset, and it's only been a few seconds of the game, Beta.
Yeah, that took 5 minutes for us to be in very surprising territory. Witness Gaming, they won the first mid, but they were unable to hold on and really crack the Foreskings defense. But here comes the big bomb-ins. They're almost going to get jumped, but he will survive, and everyone else has just been taken down. Everything that went for Domo there just did not do anything.
Oh, this is kind of bad news, Bears, because now they can actually keep rolling this all the way to last. And these top teams, the ones that kind of go on to win Prem, they're extremely good at pushing their advantage all the way back. And maybe, you know, we haven't seen them in too many stalemate situations. Good God, Phoenix can't even respawn after the shuttered door. They managed to weasel out one scout through past the stickies. Nobody's actually capping second just quick enough.
Because Lucas is gone. This is where the pause happens.
Oh, they actually get Sangetsu on the medic, so that's the heals taken out of this defense. There's only a couple of soldiers left. Poor little Foreskins to defend it, and there you go. That round has been deleted. It's back to a 0-0, or we should probably say 1-1.
Yeah, that feels more correct. But yeah, very important for their morale there. I think just get one of those quick 1 minute rounds. Just get that whole bad business out of your face. Like, don't want to think about Domo dropping twice to Jackie Legs and then you're losing. So also just the fact that we were able to win that last push with 5 players versus 6. That's pretty nice. So they should be good to go here again, Witness Gaming. See if they can get Lancer. Oh, Lancer's so weak. They get him again. He's just been locked out of that med kit.
Yeah, the first thing that Lucas does is just put a sticky on that medkit and just keep an eye on it. Doesn't even pop for anything until he sees that Demoman dealt with. And I think the strat was working better when the Demoman was dying early, Beta, and just they were going straight to second rather than taking on this mid.
Yeah, indeed. Lancer has just respawned. There's like 2 soldiers forward, so he needs to be very careful not to go too far forward. Okay, he's just not leaving the spawn door until he has respawners with him. That's very smart. You want to be very careful not to go too far forward here. Jackylegs, not as careful. He's going to venture out a bit further, but yeah, he will go back. And now we have an even Uber right now. So now would actually be a good time for like weird stuff like banners or suicide plays or just anything weird like that. But so we'll see how they decide to go about this.
Alright, so we're just kind of waiting about, seeing the gentleman's agreement, see if Red Team or Witness Gaming and what they can come up with. But yeah, I don't really see too many plays going on about right now. Demon's not even pushing this top area too much.
Yeah, Jackaleg's actually on the buff banner, and I really love this. You get so much free spam up on these pipes, just spamming the top area. You can move forward, and like buff banner is really, really strong in this push out, because if you pop the banner and you walk out up top, if you just stand in that room, you act like people going through the bottom door has crits as well. So it's just very efficient. But the double suicide in here gets the medic to pop, and now it's just a matter of can they actually stop them from coming out here and capping.
Yeah, it does cost them their Demoman though, a valued resource in the game of Team Fortress 2, so it could probably abuse a lot of these doorways without fear of sticky traps just randomly popping people, but they're just going to stack the points instead, not really bleed anybody in yet, and just take things one at a time here over on Foreskings, and yeah, it's now their time to react to the enemy Uber.
Yeah, Sangetsu's standing pretty far forward. Looks like he is going to go back here. Jackalix is getting a lot of good damage, but he is being chased quite significantly as this Uber is coming in. They haven't captured second, but they're going to get Sangetsu. That's definitely a worthwhile use of an Uber right here, but the buff banner comes in. Oh my god, everyone's just taking mini crits now. The buff banner is so strong, and second did get capped out, but this is just a fight for your life.
Demo catching people off guard in that balcony area of the second point, and they're actually going to keep pushing their advantage, and yeah, it's just a scout and a soldier team up pair taking on the world. They actually get joined by the medic now, and they're joined with another round on the board here, Beta.
Yeah, Lucas is already complaining about the Iron Bomber. Maybe try the stock just for a mid, you know? Maybe it'll treat you better. Either way, 2-1 here for Witness Gaming. Doing a nice little comeback here to make sure that they don't lose this. They don't want to get upset by Foreskings Gaming again.
Man, I think it's even crueler to let them have a little hope in their hearts, like, hey, we could actually beat this team, and then just smash them back down. Lancer...
Right. Yeah, what happens to Lancer is my question, right?
Yeah, he actually gets to the health pack unscathed, so doesn't really need it right now, and he's doing a much better job. This mid will go down still, but they're actually getting some kills on the board for Foreskings, and I think they're blobbing up a bit better as well. Domo, a bit reluctant to maybe stay in. He keeps Thomas alive, and he will get the scout taxi out, so it's looking like a blue victory for this mid.
Yeah, very efficient bombing there from them. Managed to get a lot of damage done with the soldiers, and then the follow-up was really good here. Domo just barely survived. Thomas just barely survived, so they are going to be able to get out here, and they're going to try and hold forward. Looks like there's not too much contest coming out for Foreskings. They don't want to go in too deep and get picked off, so we have another stalemate going, so I mean, a pretty safe prediction would say that Jackaleg's going to jump in and for the medic, and then he's going to come back on something funny, right? Like it can be...
He's still on the
banner. Oh, he didn't die.
Yeah, he's still on the banner, and
well,
I mean, he must have died. He went from into a new round.
Yeah, so he just never bothered changing. I love it.
I mean, they definitely won't suspect it. No, not many soldiers run a buff banner or at this point in the game, but maybe just suspects that this stalemate part of the map goes on for so long. It's so difficult for teams to get initially in.
Well, what's his banner percentage at Wiethoofd? 22%. Okay. So there's some spamming to do here. The buff banner does require more build-up of any other banner. and it kind of makes some sense. It has the most powerful reward, but it doesn't have a passive effect, and it doesn't last very long. So.
If they've got their eyes peeled over on Witness Gaming, maybe they might witness this banner. So but then again, it is kind of contrary. Not many soldiers run a banner at this point in the game, and it is on his back. Maybe they can't tell.
Yeah, it's on 50% now. So he's just slowly working at it. You are going to run out of ammo at some point, so he's going to need to go back and get some of that. But I do kind of wonder if Witness Gaming has spotted it. It can be kind of hard to tell when your opponent has a banner because they don't turn their back to you, really, right? When they're spamming you. But I assume they've seen it. But if they haven't, they'll very often just play into it because usually when you do damage, you also take damage, and usually that means that you can pick people off. So you kind of invite that kind of play if you don't realize that they have a banner.
The meat grinder, the anti-crits method of just kind of all piling onto the person that has got the banner in the first place. But they have got an Uber charge, so if they do a double wombo combo, maybe they can get a lot of work out of this Uber charge. But you're right, they have to really grind away at this buff banner and puts a lot of pressure on it. If they don't make things work with it, I don't think they can get much done with a second banner.
Yeah, like on the banny config where you had 3 minutes, this would have been too late already. That's for sure. This is not a very good point of the map to go for the banner. It's great on last because you have some really nice spam angles in enclosed areas where it's very easy to spam people. But here there's a lot of space out in this open courtyard, so not really the same ability to just close people in and have some really obvious spam angles on them. But, he is slowly working at it.
I mean, I'm sure after so much time, the team on Witness Gaming will just have kind of theorized this out, when they think, okay, what are they doing over there? Is there spies now? Too much time has passed, and maybe they're running a banner because you've seen them use a banner before.
Yeah, so I guess the more pressing question is, he's probably going to get it, right? So how are they going to use it? Are they going to pop it and just try and spam from long range? Or are they going to actually send him in, try and get a bomb onto the medic? And, if you just do that with some spam from scouts from long range, like that mini crit you, that will make you panic. And, he does have it.
Yeah, it takes off the fall off as well, so those long range shots turn into just as lethal as those close range shots. He's popped the banner, but he's doing the little trick where if you hold the button, you won't actually use the effect just yet, so it's really a surprise when they might pull this off. They've commented now, the aura's jumped on this right hand side, and they decided to just take the banner in naked, and they will take out Thomas, but they're losing a couple of people from getting past the initial defense of Witness Gaming, and they're actually kind of kiting it reasonably well. They are successfully in yard and they want to fight back here on Witness Gaming. Demo commits and won't just die just yet. The Ubers come out now. It's like Ubers Part 2, and they will respond in kind over on Witness Gaming. Jackules has to change plans. They go in a different direction as his other Ubered medic, maybe to make some room for him to get out successfully, but that's some dead bodies on the board, some doorways that are definitely primed to being open for attack, and Pappy's in. He's on top of the soldier already, launched him back. Thomas will go down to the front line, however, and this puts a wrench in the works of Witness Gaming's push.
He somehow gets out of it alive as well. I don't understand how he just did that. But Sangetsu is so weak, but he actually gets saved there by his team. Lots of red players on the Foreskings blue team here, but none of them are dead, and that's really important. And somehow Witness Gaming, they're just kind of getting outplayed in these very slow, grindy pushes.
Yeah, they're still keeping this momentum going, realizing that person out of count is the main leader of the squad. They're going to set them up for an attack before they have a chance to set up a defense, and I think they've actually got their feet firmly grounded in this second point now, especially with Wacky going down. Things can finally take a sigh of relief. Oh no, say it ain't so. They're actually coming out through shut the door. It's a free after all. Pappy will go down, and they take the ambitious Uber of Foreskins into it, but there's a lot of multi-in going on with Witness Gaming. They do manage to catch more people, however, and all the pipes are true for based God. He will get some pretty base kills. They've even got Thomas on top of Zangetsu, so now they even have the heal advantage. I expect a lot of blue players trying to go for this Domo, but I don't see any left when the dust settles.
No, it's just going to be a sniper in spawn. That was a respawner, so just slowly bleeding them out there, and that was just Phoenix and his medics and Getsu there staying in a bit too long. Like, they either needed to just commit fully and use the last of their Uber to really get some work done, or they needed to just get out of there earlier. But hey, Lucas, alright, doesn't matter what you do, still gonna get sniped there. That was a really nice shot.
Right, that's why you see, boys and girls, why not many people like to push that left-hand yard. They just want to cut out the sniper and the spawn shenanigans completely, go to the other side, but they will change that sniper out. There's no more sniping for Zoe.
Jackalek is in behind. Oh, he went through the drop down, but...
Oh my god, there's a madman on the loose. He's got a pickaxe, but he has been apprehended and gunned down. We can sleep easy tonight knowing the pickaxe killer has been silenced.
Oh, Sangetsu dies on 94%. That's painful. Papi just gets in there, gets the job done. They're going to lose a bunch of players here, including Domo, so this is just a fight. But Papi is still kind of on a rampage, but eventually just a bit too much here. I feel like neither team can really push on this, but we'll see. I don't think Jackalek's agreed with that ever. So he's probably going to push.
Yeah, I think things could have gone a bit smoothly for Witness Gaming, but that pesky point, you know, those objectives in the game, slowing the game down. Well, so they will try and weasel their way on this point over on Foreskin, see if they can catch it right under the noses of Witness Gaming, and they're doing a decent job of it. They even find and isolate D-Maul at top, so that's a lot of plays denied off them well. Is that Lanza going down? That's a massive pick, but it cost their entire team there.
Yeah, they're just slowly bleeding players.
Oh no,
now
there's no scout taxi as well. It's going to have to be the discount Papi Uber, and oh no, it's going to be maybe a 3-star effort. Oh, 4 stars maybe now that he included his other driver, D-Maul. Oh, so the scouts are back. This medic can now start gunning and raising at full speed as they're trying to get on top of the point, block it just before they cap it off here. 2 scouts on a chariot right on top of the Foreskin squad, and they actually bail out themselves. They're not sticking for this fight anymore.
Good thing Domo hasn't forgotten how to do serfs, you know, despite having scouts to rely on most of the time. But Thomas indeed actually gets the Uber Force out. Okay, he just gets taken down. Like, we've seen quite a bit of overextension so far in this game.
D-Maul. He's Zangetsu's like, what are you doing here, D-Maul? And it'll be an awkward little shuffle pass. And with Lanza going down, that has got to be curtains for a lot of defending here. And the soldiers are going to have to dig deep. They might even play off the pick here now over on Witness Gaming. Yep, they're trying to enter in from the right-hand side, but they've got a heavy weapons guy. Is that a brass beast?
It might be. Yeah, it is. This is very normal in, like, Australia. They really like their brass beast. Like, they just like the damage reduction and the extra damage. Whereas I've always been like, surely you can just use the Tomislav and get more damage from the reduced spread, right? Like, and then you can also like move quickly and stuff. But no, they really like their brass beast for some reason. I'm not
maybe
convinced.
It's the time delay aspect. You know, the whole damage reduction. That heavy's going to die usually in the eyes of a lot of teams. But why not just make him take that a little bit longer?
Yeah, indeed. Either way, it's he kind of got off of it again. There's going to be no push.
Oh, base God, no base jumper today, and the sentry gun will even take out Demo as well. An easy, classy pick as well. Pappy is probably scratching his head. How could this suicide wave gone so badly?
Yeah, and this is kind of the danger, right? Like, Poppy's the only one that can actually spam. Like, they're going to need to actually Uber in here if they want to block this point, and they don't really have the opportunity to do that. When you send in your demo man like that, you just kind of forfeit the second point. They do still have the yard, so it's not the biggest disaster. We do have a battalion's backup going in here again, I think, for Jackie so it's an interesting situation. And again, this is not like the best place to build a banner. You kind of have to expose yourself quite a bit when you're the defending team right now. So I assuming that he's going to go over on the right side and try and spam the stairwells or something like that. That's probably the best way to take a fight and get some easy spam in. But yeah, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, D-Maul has cleared up that little health back room, so I think it's going to be hard for Foreskins to actually kind of hold on to that area, maybe even get some spans in. And oh my god, his Is Lucas actually getting some picks over on point? That's not supposed to happen. They actually take the Uber in, double Uber, and Pappy takes the top area, and with the remnants of his little flash, he will take out one player. That's got to put a lot of pressure on Foreskings, and they just enter in the belly of the beast. They're going to stick out and just keep a meat grinder up. They will get joined by the flanking soldiers, however, and yeah, the collapse is coming in a little bit one by one. Jackie Legs is trying to pull as many people off his team
so
as possible.
Far back. He's behind lines, basically, trying to get onto the medic. Unable to get him. And yeah, this banner play is just working out so well right now for the Foreskings. Just basically, Jackie Legs is doing all those little things that are making his team work, right? Like, it seems like he's the center of attention whenever anything good happens for Foreskings, whether it's spy or a suicide bombing or just a bunch of banners going off. It's just a lot of really weird, annoying tactics, and Witness Gaming, they're just not dealing with it very well.
Yeah, this is a bit strange for Witness Gaming. Usually they're all kind of trying to race each other to a nice easy 5-0, but there's not going to be no racing about in TF2 today. They have to just kind of play things out, and it's a close game. There's only one round difference.
Yeah, Poppy's actually going to go down. This is his opportunity to do some sort of off-classing. He's probably not going to do it.
The backup is ready.
Oh, let's see what...
Oh no, a drop coming out from Zangetsu. They were too greedy on this doorway, and the sticky trap from the base god himself, Lucas, will take out that medic, and that is tatters for any aspirations they have. The only thing they can rely on now is a battalion's backup, but without heals, is it really worth using?
Probably not. Like, I could see...
Oh, he's using it.
Yep. Yeah, he's just going to pop it in here as, to try and deny some of this Uber. And hey, Lucas does get taken down by another sniper from Phoenix. Phoenix doing a lot of work, and almost no one's in. And this has actually been held up really well so far here. They still have to clean up properly, but Zangetsu's just dancing around, dodging duels, rockets while not even looking at him. So the classic strat, and looks like it is finally over, this push. And that's another great hold. And Witness Gaming, again, kind of showing some chinks in their armor.
A lot of restraint shown by Jackie Legs there. You could tell he was just getting gunned into, but he was like, as long as I just stay back here and just stick with my medic, you can't really kill me. And yeah, a lot of wasted potential over on that Witness Gaming squad, just trying to gun down and kill Jackie Legs, but it wasn't happening. Alright.
Now we're just in another situation where we have the Uber ad. They're going to move in here very quickly.
96, 98, 99, 100, and they pop Uber over on Witness Gaming, and the chase begins. A double scout chariot. It's a deadly combination. They get on top of Zangetsu. They get on top of Lanza. They might even get Jackie Legs as well. There's going to be no battalions back up to save you this time.
Back cap now.
Is it really a back cap when it's right in front of their faces? He gets both of them anyways. It's going to be a 2-0 gap. 3-1 is the score.
Yeah, he left this medic either way. Like, Domo just got left for dead there. It was the right play. But he took that out. So really well played by him there. Finally manages to crack the Foreskings defense with all those stupid banners and off classes and that kind of stuff. We've really seen a lot of overextension going on here from Witness Gaming, and it just doesn't really work out for them. Whenever they try to send in a suicide
Lanza. Oh, he goes down. He doesn't even need a scout to help him out, as he will get the easy peasy kill onto Lanza. And they've even committed too many players over on Foreskings. There wasn't even getting out plan for them. Zangetsu might even be the last one to die, Phoenix, as he will pop some crossbows here and there. Will get a kill onto Thomas, but is still the last one to die. That long respawn for the medic. It's gotta hurt.
Might just be that Lancer just kind of has to stick around to that left side where he was really safe. Not quite sure what he can do. Oh, Poppy's being sneaky. Okay, I think he's been spotted. He's up top here. Actually going to try and see if we can get the jump on the demo man, but no. So is there to shut him down. They knew about him a little bit too much, so a little sneaky play there coming out from Poppy. Doesn't work out. It should be fine, but we'll see if Foreskings actually decide to make any kind of push in here onto mid. Should be very difficult. There's a soldier and there's a demo man trying to hold this back, but hey, they're just going to move in. I like this. No Ubers, no problem.
Oh, Lanza is very low. The crossbow misses as well. This is stressing times for Foreskings, but they're making it work. And with 2 players down, that's got to be a get-out plan for Witness Gaming. Lanza wants to keep going, however. Finds a free door on the left, getting crossbow back to health, and they can just keep pushing on this left-hand side to pressure them out. They've even got some forward respawners over on Witness Gaming, which might kind of make things a bit awkward, as they've got Demon, Mr. 91 himself, on that sniper class, and he will be rotating back now as he's just getting too much pressure at that door.
Yeah, indeed. But like Witness Gaming, they're losing these straight up fights. That's very concerning for them when they're on defense. I know they were like kind of down a player or half a player that was coming back as respawners, but I really love how Foreskings, they're just taking these fights. And they don't, again, they just don't care who they're playing against. It was a small ad, and they just have the guts to go for it. Right? And I really love this, though. Sangetsu's getting juggled so hard. Lucas just bouncing him around with all these stingies. Wacky is caught in behind lines. Going to get taken down by Classy on the flank there. This has been a really bad one. Phoenix actually just going to 2-shot the corner. That was a really nice shot. Bit of a salvage mode going on here from the Foresking scout, but it is only a matter of time before they get cleaned.
Oh God, get read like a book there, Zoe. So, yeah, it was a bit uncharacteristic gameplay. I think Zangetsu just really wanted to make sure Wacky could get out, so just Ubered in for as long as possible. Nobody thought about poor little Zangetsu. And I was even thinking myself, and if I could pick up on these things, then definitely Witness Gaming are just going to do these plays like kite out the medic, just make sure he can't get through these tiny little doorways of Granary, peppered him up, and then finished off the kill.
Domo with a slight Uber ad. This is probably not enough to push on. This is one of the more difficult maps to use an Uber add-on, and this position in particular is very difficult. Actually, look at this. Forsking actually just going in here. I don't think Witness Gaming was expecting this.
They're just rotating around there. They're like, okay, we'll just play some objective gaming. They've got a 4 times on the cap, and they've got an Uber charge to boot. It's going to be a kind of an awkward clash here.
Oh, they didn't quite get it.
Yeah, they do block it in time. Domo's trying to rotate the Uber off in little bits and chunks, so you can cheekily get the point out under the noses of Foreskins. But this is an awkward place now because they have to stand on the point.
Oh my God,
it makes it so easy for Thomas and Lucas to link up and just play off all these players on the point. I don't think everybody needed to have their hand on the point there, Beta.
Thomas just went nuts, though. Like, he just all of a sudden turned it up to 11 and just killed everything, just hit every single shot. Very, very impressive stuff for him. But yeah, they kind of messed it up to begin with. Like, Thomas ran off as soon as he thought they captured the point, but because he ran off, they didn't actually capture the point in time, and they actually didn't manage to get the block off on Forsking. So they kind of messed up that play, but then just the individual just strength of their DM just actually managed to say, oh my God, Lancer almost died because he missed the medkit.
It's just been a rough set of games and mids for Paul Lanza. Just kind of wondering what creative ways he's going to die next. But he's actually managed to survive the longest out of all the mids so far. And let's see how much work he can put in. Yeah, he's putting out damage. He's actually getting some pipes connected. So they will lose Sangetsu, however. But that's just a consolation prize for this midpoint. A die for the cause, to say.
Indeed, but yeah. Not having your demo man die is really, really helpful in winning mids. So again, it's a bit more symbolic than anything else. It's 40 seconds remaining, so not that important.
Oh, Classy. It's on the sniper class.
Oh, get him, Classy.
Get him, Classy. 30 seconds left. We're now just going to enter Clown Town mode.
Let me just jinx this. Classy is like super washed up. He hasn't hit anything in ages. He's only playing mid. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I can't even jinx into success. All right.
That's a different kind of caster's curse, as now they're actually getting pushed back, and there is some time left. They might be able to get this cheeky little last push off them. The time's falling. Oh, Thomas, though, with a little back cap, and well, this is awkward. Okay, so the game will finish, but it will not finish with another round for Foreskins. It is 1-4-4-1 for the victor team, Witness Gaming, as they're starting off strong with 3 ETF2L points.
Indeed, but I don't know. If I was Foreskings, I'd be pretty happy with this result. They played really well, and I kind of feel like Witness Gaming are probably super frustrated with this this matchup. There was a lot of small things going wrong for them. They were just they there's just a lot of specialty tactics and strategies being employed against them, and most of them actually worked. And that must be really annoying. Usually the baseline of a really good team is that they're very good at just adapting to new tactics and strategies being thrown at them. And Witness Gaming, yeah, I saw that pipe as well.
Yeah.
Got distracted. But yeah, Witness Gaming was just not that impressive when it came to reacting to whatever Foreskings was doing. And that's kind of a worrying trend, I think.
I know, it's an interesting sort of thing. Clearly, nobody's fighting the fact that Witness Gaming is the better team. However, they are bringing some things that, even Witness Gaming can't challenge, like tactically and like just outplaying in the gameplay itself. So it is interesting to see. Also, we find that you don't see this too often, but there were sort of elongated fights with the banners where there's multiple layers in it. You're like, okay, we've had the Uber fight, but now it's time for, I guess, like a pseudo second Uber fight, because you've got these banners kicking off as well, and everyone is like playing off their momentum, then something crashing happens or some sort of little turn happens as well. It's many layered, and I can't wait to see what sort of things they bring into this next map.
Indeed. And it's a very different map. It's Viaduct, right? I'm not
Oh my, that is different. But
oh, it's Sunshine. Okay.
Right.
That changes things quite a bit.
Yeah, that is even more different. Well, I thought we went through Viaduct, but you never know. ETF2L's little random map scheduling. But CP Sunshine will be our next map, as confirmed by our producer and this match page I'm looking at before my eyes. So, Sunshine. It's not Viaduct beta, but what is different about this compared to Granary?
I'd say it's more scout dominant, and also, I'd say it's easier to do wraparound plays. Both maps where you can do it, whereas I feel like the wraparound places are a lot longer on Sunshine, so that means that you can't just rotate your entire combo around the enemy team like you can on Granary, but on the other hand, scouts can get around you a lot easier because it's more distance for you to cover. Like a single scout can make it through pretty quickly. So in that sense, it's easier for like a scout to sneak, or a roamer or something to just sneak through, whereas the entire team can wrap around you as easily. And that should be interesting. And I actually want to just point out with these logs that I assume are on screen. No, okay. we talked away from them for so long, but yeah, Phoenix was like actually the best scout last map. Like he had a really good map. Like even Thomas didn't do that well, and that's very interesting to me. Like, is Phoenix just secretly the best scout in Europe? Is that what we're about to see?
That's a bold statement there. I feel like what the matchup that really decided the game was the Demoman matchup. It was Lanza. Poor Lanza was just getting bullied on these mids. And Lucas, during the sort of post-Uber fights or during the Uber sort of skirmishes, were just getting these pipe kills, these sticky kills in places and stuff like that, and they just rode the momentum from there. So, whilst as close as the game was, I feel like if the Demoman matchup could just meet up a bit better, and maybe that will convert on this Sunshine map. It's not as cruel of a map as it is on Granary when it comes to the Demoman.
No, it's a lot more forgiving for Demoman. Like you basically see the death coming the entire time, whereas on Granary, you're just having a good old time, and then all of a sudden you're dead. That's just kind of how Granary works. Whereas on Sunshine, you get to look them in the eyes and actually maybe react to them before you get in there.
Now, we know that Granary is a very aggressive map. Usually the whole mid is kind of over in a couple of seconds, but Sunshine, it's got a couple of flavors about it. Some teams go a bit aggressive, kind of really forcing the issue, playing off their aggressive nature, but I've seen some others where they tango over on Sunshine for a long time. They're like practically running around the entire circle of this midpoint before they actually commit into a fight and do some different sort of skirmishes. What kind of flavor do you think we'll get with these two kind of teams that we've seen?
I'd say it's more like Jackie Legs and Wacky are they're either gonna jump into the bell tower and take that very aggressively, or they're gonna try and jump into the flank area behind. Right, like that. Those are kind of the big aggressive options that you have as soldier. Whereas like you can hang out on your own roof or in your own flank area, so to speak, behind the Tetris. Like that's the more passive approach, a soldier, and then you just wait for the right moment to jump in. Whereas I feel like Jackalex is probably just going to like try and jump in on the flank and be annoying. And I think Wacky's just going to follow suit for that. And we might also just see a bit more sniper. Probably not to mid, but like Phoenix likes to play sniper, and Sunshine is a pretty good sniper map. Like there's basically no point on this map where you can't run sniper, whereas like you can't run sniper to Granary mid. That's just dumb. And like sniper and Granary second, not that good. But Sunshine, like sniper's fine on all points. So like if you run sniper on last, you can just like roll out with that and just keep playing sniper. It's fine. So if you're having a good game on sniper, might as well go for it. You see Phoenix, he's playing sniper in the pre-game.
I think Zoe was popping off as well, so it could be a sniper's heaven. But my biggest eyeballs are going to be feasting on this second point. Just figuring out. I feel like a lot of teams can fall into that trap where they really want to hold on to second for a long time, and it's not quite like Granary where you can do that. You want to kind of leave the area past that initial wall, that sort of shutter door, because you can just find yourself getting cut off from your team really quickly, and it usually can be the best way to actually attack at last is just do a really good second performance.
Yeah, I will also mention that Sunshine, I mentioned it was a pretty good sniper map. It's a pretty bad map for using banners. Like you can do it on last, but it's pretty high risk. Like you have to go in pretty deep to actually get the damage done, and then you can get picked off. So it's very common to see a banner player get picked off. And then on second and mid, they're so far away from you. It's so hard to spam them.
Yeah. They're basically between the ramps at the chokeway and the fact that you can jump round the corner at the little gardens and stuff as well is going to just be too much of a nightmare, I think. So the banners are going to have to be put away, but this does open the avenue for other shenanigans. And Jackie Legs, he's Alan the player. He's probably tasted every sort of flavour of Unlock. I'm sure he's got something in his belt.
Oh yeah, he's probably going to do like some weird pirate play or something that we just never could have figured out. Right, like you can do heavy and spawn. That's a classic. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff. The other thing we should look at here is definitely, is there a fast soldier to mid? Because you can do some really fast rollouts. It looks like that's not going to be the case. Jack Legs, though, very quickly to the enemy flank, so kind of what I predicted.
Alright, it is our first mid of ETF2L Season 41 and our Week 5 game of Sunshine. It's Witness Gaming EU versus Foreskings, and I really enjoyed my long intros there because these poor teams, they don't even interrupt me. They finally get Lanza across. That's not usually the first death you want to see on the mid fight, and especially one on Sunshine as well. Usually the Demoman has quite a bit of breathing room, so with that player going down already, it can't be good for Foreskins. They're kind of just trying not to be on recovery mode as Zangetsu was getting jumped upon at second.
Both demos going down, pretty unusual. Well, I don't know if unusual, but pretty funny, I guess. We just have a good old regular Uber. So now it's time to see, is there any kind of shenanigans?
Oh, no. Demo, he's in. He wants to go for the air shots more than the Zangetsu kill, but I can't blame him. The temptation is too tasty.
Yeah. I can't remember. So this is a bad banner map, obviously, but it's actually a pretty good map for the. What are the boots called that make you turn faster?
The alley. Are you talking about the Demoman boots? Or are you
no, the soldier boots.
You mean
the man treads? Yeah,
those are man treads.
Yeah,
oh.
It's actually really good on this map in this situation, but looks like they're gonna go for the big suicide in that Jackalex and Phoenix tried to do their best, but hey, Phoenix makes it out. So just a good old suicide play. It's cool. Now Jackalex, of course, he has the opportunity to come back. He can also hold the door open for a scout if he really wants to. No, wait. That doesn't make sense. They're on last. Never mind, I'm dumb. We actually have another sword. Oh, gets denied really hard. There we go. I think that was Wacky, just completely shutting the door on Poppy's suicide there. Just don't even try it, son.
And that was nice. That was clean as well, and that was effective. Usually you don't see too many of those denying air shots as well. Usually somebody just gets creamed in midair, but we're just kind of waiting for these teams to break the ice in any way, and it's the old TF2 stalemates that we know and love.
Yeah, the onus is mostly on the attacking teams or the team that holds mid. They just have much better opportunities to get in there. You can always make it in if you really want to. You can jump into...
Okay,
the Demo
Demoman
Man.
flavor. He's jumped straight in. He was like a bullet. Does get a bit of damage onto Zangetsu, but you can't connect those pipes alongside those stickies. He's not going to find any success. And that is a costly, costly death. A Demoman down is definitely nothing to be snubbed at, as they're trying to get in now over on Foreskings. They're attacking from two different avenues, spreading them thin. They actually get Deeble on top of that combo, so the Uber charge has been popped off early, and Domo will respond in kind. Jackie Legs is kind of faffing about and keeping Base God back in enemy territory, but actually ends up linking back with his team. And yeah, when things have calmed down, Domo has died, but so
Phoenix
is
is the best
Zangetsu.
scout in Europe. Look at this. Just eating them up. You just won that Uber fight.
Yeah, and Jackie Legs was still kicking behind as well, and it actually manages to get on top of Lucas, so well done to Foreskins, actually keeping the fight going and beating them out here.
Why is Thomas taking fights against Phoenix? He's so much better.
Oh no, I didn't say it. Okay, Thomas, right, when you're watching the VOD, I didn't say it, this guy did. Right? I don't want to start a fight in the parking lot of land.
Don't get mad, get even. Anyway.
Alright, well, now it's just kind of flipped things around. It was Pappy and company over on mid, but it's Foreskins' turn now, and they have to start thinking of little shenanigans themselves. Are they going to suicide in Lanza like they suicide in Lucas?
Probably not. Like, we have kind of seen it on... Like, it's a trend that I've seen that Demo Man will actually go for these suicides. I haven't seen it from second into mid. Like, usually you can do it pretty well as a soldier from Flowers. You can get in pretty deep. Like, either that or through a cafe, you can get close enough that you actually have a decent shot at getting in the medic. But like, we're going to have Jackie, like, he's just going to come careening in. Second soldier comes in. Whew, Domo just dodges those second rockets barely. That was a double soldier suicide, so now there's going to be a lot of space here for Witness Gaming to work with.
Yeah, they value their Demoman more than their soldiers, so they will enter this mid quite unscathed, and without any sort of soldiers to pressure them on with a jump, they're just going to pepper down and focus fire any player they can get on top of. They will pop off the Uber, but Zangetsu, he's going to get pushed back up, and we've seen this gameplay on Granary, and it rears its head back in Sunshine as well. They need to collectively blob up around Domo now. Everybody's going to be wanting his head. Jackie Legs going for the element of surprise, but a surprise they're actually going around the other way from Choke, and he's not really going to be much of a factor at this point.
Decides just to go for the medic. Oh, he spotted him. He's going to jump in. He actually gets a really nice jump. Misses the air shot, though. A good try.
Oh my. Everybody's dead, Beta. And
Yeah,
you know what I
Lance
said
is
about
one
this
of them.
second point as well? When you get such a clean second point momentum shift and you start pushing into last, this is your best way in, is you don't have to deal with any of those heavy weapons guys, engineers. The point pressure is unlocked as well. They will get based guard, but he wasn't needed in the final bouts. It's our first round on the board for Witness Gaming.
Not the cleanest push, but eventually they do manage to get the job done there. The Uber was just too much for Foreskings to handle. And they're going to go round down there, so 1-0 in favor of Witness Gaming, but not a pretty round either. It took about 7 minutes for them to get this done. And yeah, like, again, chinks in the armor, but they get the job done. So let's see. Jackie Legs again, super aggressive here on this cell tower.
Yep, and you just got to bow out for a second. They're going to regroup around Tetris, and this is what I'm talking about. Players like to just kind of tango and rotate round, see who's going to be the first one. Well, you say behind, he never really left his part of the map, and so he does kind of do the walk-in sort of bomb, and things start collapsing now, and it's just turned into an MGE server. We all see who can win out in these skirmishes, and it will be Foreskins.
Yeah, they once again show that they're really good at winning these chaotic fights. It's just kind of their bread and butter. They're so good at it. So they're going to be able to take mid. Second point, going to be kind of close if Witness Gaming can actually get out here in time. There's a scout on it, so I imagine they will be able to get it, but I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on to it, though.
That's very brave on Demol to actually go in, but I guess it gives the rest of the team onus to join him, as if he can get in 3 and still breathing, then why not the rest of Witness Gaming? So they've set back up on second, a really cheap kind of point capture back from the rest of them, and there's some nice interesting stickies from Lucas here, anti-air.
Yeah, that's you know, like a lot of soldiers like to just wrap closely around the the light tower, and that will actually just shut a lot of it down. Well, we'll see. Domo has a slight red. Again, this is not really something you can push on this map. It's the distance is too much. Maybe on like Gollywatch you can push on this, but not here. This is too much space that you have to cover. So we're just back here on a stalemate, and Jackie he tried to do something about that, but he missed his speed jump. But luckily he wasn't even in when he missed it. So he's gonna just get healed back up and probably go for another jump here.
Yeah, you miss all the jumps you don't take, Beta, so Jackie Legs going to keep trying at it. That was a questionable set of jumps, and he has to actually rear his head around to the health pack, because otherwise he would get picked off. But again, you miss 100% of the jumps you don't take, and jumps like that as well. But, you know, he's not one for trying here, Jackie Legs.
Might try to go for it again.
He's back in. And he actually gets a decent set of jumps, but isn't quite able to get on top of Domo. So they have an opportunity here over on Witness Gaming, and they're pressuring these side doors, but they can't really find the kills they want, and they enter the meat grinder. Pappy will go down, but that's just a kind of reset for both of these teams, as they're both soldierless.
Indeed, it's going to be a small ad here right now, just in manpower for the Foreskings here, as Jack is about to enter the fight as well. They're being pretty aggressive. They're posturing quite heavily, but Lancer's going to get taken down.
Yeah, Demo just jumping on them at the right time, and they actually committed in with the Uber as well. I don't think they even needed to use that Uber, but they just kind of used it to control that sort of world without Lancer for a second. Now it kind of opens the floodgates for Witness Gaming to come in these doorways, and they're actually doing a good job of turning these kills around in the skirmish aspect of TF2, but at the end of the day, they've got such a strong advantage going into it that Witness Gaming, if they can't reconnect up as players, I think they're still going to lose out in this second. Oh, it's a Scout versus Demo, man. You hate to see it, and Scout just crawls all over. And Tomas, there you go. There's that matchup he's talking about. Where's your words now, Beta?
He got lucky. Phoenix was half health. Anyway, and Phoenix did really well in that fight, I just want to say. So he's still playing really well. But Tomas, Lucas, actually really close to going down. They actually go for that air shot. That's funny. Wacky was just way in the skybox.
He just missed the health pack. Does get killed in Cafe, and man, Zoe, kind of scary force at that choke, not letting any of these soldiers get in.
Indeed. The Demul pick is pretty nice as well. Might go a little bit towards actually slowing down this push. It is an Uber ad for Domo, and he should absolutely know about it. I kind of expect him to go through Cafe, maybe. See if they can get anything done there, but you have a lot of options. And
I don't see any movement here, Beach. No, I think they're just planting their feet. They're just pulling out a magazine. Yeah, they're waiting for them to make the move here over on their second point.
Yeah, Phoenix was expecting the push to come. He's on sniper, so this is what we were talking about. Phoenix liked the way sniper. This is a good sniper map, so he's gonna just try and go through flowers here. There's a lot of ways. This is probably one of the worst places to snipe on this map, but it's still decent. So he's just going to be rotating around.
Yeah, look at the posturing from Witness Gaming though. They realise as snipers, time to hold close, ladies and gentlemen. It does open avenues like that, where they just can close in on those advantages, get on top of the sniper, and play off their numbers advantage. Everyone gets an Uber, it seems, coming into mid, and yeah, it looked like they're giving it to them on a dinner plate here over on Foreskings. And
Harvey with a nice rocket on the scout there. Gonna take him down. Can they hit the soldier as well? No.
Oh no. Wacky. Lanza rejoins the fight, but he's just here to kind of let his medic get out. But that's what happens, you know, when you just have these sort of nice, clean decision makings coming out from Witness Gaming and playing off it perfectly. They do throw in a soldier at choke at the right time, but the scouts are just way too attuned to what this soldier wants to pull off in the game.
Yeah, and Domo as well. Didn't walk through the choke immediately, just waited it out. He wasn't even close to that soldier. So Jack is unable to find anything. Do still have
some advantage.
They're going to use it. Take the sentry gun down. They could just go here. I think there's a single scout. Why is Classy in alone?
90%, and yeah, they've actually they've backed out here. Maybe Classy didn't get the memo, but it was a very, very close kind of advantage. I could see them pushing in with Uber and then just ended up getting counter Ubered and put in an awful situation. So maybe it kind of worked out that Classy died there and stunted the push.
Yeah, it kind of looked like one of those suicide plays where he just goes like, no, I'm going sniper. Screw you guys, and then just ran in. But he didn't even go sniper. So not sure what that was up about. So okay, Lancer gets a poppy there, pretty nice. So this is actually one of the few places where you can actually go banner, and we already see Jackie Legs. He's up on it already.
Yeah, you're right. He's
never missing the opportunity.
Yeah, it doesn't waste any time. The man's following a flow chart or something. And Classy, he's just kind of deja vuing into this kind of area again. Jackie Legs will clean up that pesky scout, but I guess that's just their playbook right now. Throw Classy into an unclassy situation.
Yeah, indeed. And that was actually a really bad decision because that's just 200 damage. Just fed right into Jackie Legs. So
I'm sure they're quaking in their boots over this banner beater.
I'm sure they are. It is a defensive banner, so probably not as good for breaking out as maybe like a crit banner would be, but it's faster to build.
Yeah, the saying goes, it's not the best defense is a good offense. It's usually the other way around. But maybe they have to push at some point. They want to get this round closed out, so it's not going to be useless, this battalion backup. But it's just hard when you're around down and you want to obviously claw back that advantage. 15 minutes is going to feel like such a small amount of time to achieve that if you just stuck at your last for a long time.
Yeah, Timur's going to jump in. Whoa, he got it. I don't know, maybe Sangetsu tried to hide it, maybe?
No, I mean, I'm sure Demon's got some sort of death cam going on, something flying about. He's got to know.
Yeah, so really well done by him. I didn't expect it. Maybe a bit of a pussy pop there from Sangetsu, but it's going to be a bit of a gift here for Witness Gaming, and I'm sure they're going to take it.
It's time for Uber Part 2 as Jackie Legs has sounded off the horn. It doesn't quite protect sentry guns though, so he's not going to let go of the button just yet. But, it's a tough job, and look there, they've all popped off now. I think that medic might even die to all those pipes and stickies if it wasn't for the banner, and they're just so tanky here. Zangetsu will go down, but still playing off that tankiness, and look, they're actually getting kills here over on Foreskings and wiping them here, Peter.
Yeah, banners are really strong, man.
Oh my god, Lucas, he's got like no health, he will go down, and poor little Demol has to hoover up what health packs he can and just give up second point. The banner, the second Uber.
Yeah, it's so good. I really do like the banner play.
Oh, they're just coming back in. Wacky will go down to Thomas, and I guess they just weren't expecting this push from Witness Gaming, but are they entering the meat grinder just a bit too hard here for Witness Gaming? Demol will go down as well. They're rotating their medic round, so he's not really with the rest of his teammates. They haven't quite set up on second. They've got kind of free entry in on this choke area, but they've lost a lot of players on flank. It's only just Jackie Legs and Lanza in this fight, and they've done a head count. They're backing out now.
They don't want any of that. Thomas is going to run through this choke. He wants in and take this fight, but it might just be a bit premature to actually go for this kind of fight. Jackie Legs is pretty weak, though. He's going to need an arrow. Wack is going to come in here, see if he can take over. And there we go.
Two soldiers just constantly boinging up the air around Choker, just spamming it down from that little jump there. So with three players, count and beat it, 3 players down, this is definitely the time to push for Foreskings. And look at them sail in, just battle in through the air and clean their prize here on mid.
Yeah, really good job by them to actually just keep on picking off players as they were winning the fight. They're really good at just not being too passive. Like a lot of teams would have just gotten that 1 kill and then not be close enough to actually just be able to get the 2 additional kills and then be able to push in onto mid. So again, I just really like the way that the Foreskings they're playing this. Just no respect. Just showing their faces and getting in deep whenever they can. But we are at another stalemate here, TurboTabs. So you know what that means. Jackie Legs about to come in here.
I mean, his banners have been better than his jumps, and he just can't get to the medic. It's just too much of a task. He takes the other way round, but he's got no rockets left in the tank for a kill onto Domo anyway. So he will go down, but it's just a pesky soldier. It's not the end of the world. Zangetsu's kind of on low and a choke, though. Okay, there we go. Now a couple of players will in back with the medic, but it could have been scary.
Indeed. Looks like Jaculec's going to come back on Spy. This is not the sneakiest time to go Spy,
I
that's
mean,
for sure.
yeah, he's done it once before, and I'm sure every time they see Jackie Legs just die, they're like, there could be a spy, guys. There could be a spy. Quickly check, and then just...
Yeah, it is the most obvious time to go Spy. It's a stalemate, and you just suicided a soldier. Like, this is where you go Spy.
So, bottom line, though, you aren't just a spy here in TF2. You can almost be like a surveillance, that also kind of espionage that a lot of people forget. You don't need to be assassins to get a lot of information for your team.
Just CCTV. That's what he's doing right now, just slowly inching his way in here. Like, at some point, they're going to go like, why isn't Jaculate suiciding? He must be a spy. All right, like that's going to happen. Phoenix going to come in here now through the flank with Lancer. They're going to try and take some attention in here, but I feel like this is all just a bit too telegraphed, a bit too obvious.
Oh, Jackie Legs, make sure you don't trip on Demol.
Oh, he's going to go for the
not going to
soldier.
expect to be stabbed, and Demol is going to be like, what the hell, man, this is not even a pick that's worth it for you. But they will open up this flank. They actually Uber in early, very early, over on Zangetsu and company, and they just throw Phoenix in and hope that the talented kid can get some picks out. Will weasel back out as well, so could be worse, could be better.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jaculate did get caught out there while the Uber came in. You know, he just did the Highlander thing. He's a very prolific Highlander player.
Oh my god, the scout's in, and Tomas just pumps like so much damage into Lanza, and Lanza's on next to no health, will go down to not even the focus fire of Based God. Based God was trying to focus on Zangetsu in that. Was that a pipe that hit Zangetsu? That's, dear God, the man just getting killed from the sky.
Yeah. One of those things where you just feel safe, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I could be dead. But either way, like again, just gonna barrel in here. They've been so aggressive witness gaming with their scouts, and it hasn't really worked out for them. Classy's now stuck behind lines. They already lost Thomas, so this might just be damage control time here. Classy, you know, he could be a liability at this point. But hey, they did get someone behind. Yeah. That could also be an asset. We'll see how he.
Yeah, they're keeping them guessing, and it does make Lanza on plus, trap duty at these doors. Not the doorways you really want to have a trap on, and they're throwing a soldier in as well. Zangetsu is pretty much forced here, as that was a nice, clean, easy jump for Demol and brought down to danger levels of health. So no blame game can be put down on here. Zangetsu will die in the post Uber though. They held close that entire time, and the Uber stings so much they even going to get some cleanup kills on these two leftover. I say that, the scouts have come back in. Zoe is absolutely raining on their parade here on Witness Gaming.
Oh.
Wacky joins back as well. What a turnaround from Foreskings. They're actually going to get this last kill onto Demol. Demol's probably frustrated at his team that he gets such a clean force and they can't close out the easy Uber.
Yeah, just people refusing to die on Foreskings. Like Zoe was on 3 HP, Wacky was on 70, Jaculate's on 60, something like that, right? Like no one died, and it's just must be so frustrating here. Well, it just kind of goes to show that maybe the damage calling and the focus firing isn't quite on point for Witness Gaming. And maybe that's why they're only ahead 1-0, and they could very easily lose this round and not walk away from here with the full amount of points and then fold, because that's what happened to them.
Oh, never give up, never surrender, the motto of Foreskings as we are set up back at mid. They should know, I think, that they have the tiniest advantage in the world, but I don't think they've been building it quite prolific as Witness Gaming have, so it's just about even between these two teams. They do pop early, they think they've got the advantage, it's brought down to the wire, 99% pop coming out from Domo, and Lanza's like, oh no, there's no Uber left to actually get out, and it's the same for the rest of his squad. They all will go down to just meals on wheels for poor Witness Gaming. Are going to feast on Foreskings now. Wacky's the only one with his scout buddy Zoe on this second point.
It's so disastrous when you go in one of the small advantages like that and you just barely don't get the medic. Like you're in so deep, you've just sacrificed so much of your positioning to actually be in a place where you can get the medic, and then when you don't get him, like you just saw, there was just a sticky trap waiting for Sengetsu. And we've actually seen a lot of situations this match where Sengetsu is just unable to get out after an Uber ends. And like that's definitely a focus area that you need to focus on.
Yeah, that is a theme between the maps, I think. They take these Ubers in, but they just don't really have a plan, or at least they can't create or execute this plan as well as they'd like in the post-Uber. They get him quite free over on Witness Gaming, and no need to pop either. So they get the kill onto Phoenix, they actually get another kill onto the scout as well. That's 2 scouts, a soldier, and another soldier. They might as well just give up this last point while they're at it. They're on top of Zangetsu. Pop your Uber, says Tomas. You haven't got it. He will die, and it's the easiest peasiest last point of their life. I'm telling you, Peter, that second point.
It is where the map is made or won or lost. That's for sure. And
2 rounds for Witness Gaming. It's probably what a scoreline everybody was predicting here, but it's not really the game they were expecting. They're still putting up a hell of a fight here on Foreskings, and if they can just look away from the scoreboard and look at their gameplay, maybe they could still be motivated in these last 6 minutes to turn it around.
Yeah, but that was actually like an example of Witness Gaming's aggressive play actually paying off, whereas usually it has failed.
Ooh, Domo, he's gone down though. He's definitely going to be a catalyst for the rest of Foreskins to keep fighting here. Everyone's so low, apart from Phoenix and Lanza, the couple of players you probably don't want to see healthy on the last parts of this mid. Pappy is being a headache a bit behind though, hoovering up health packs, making it kind of tantalizing for the scouts to take away from the point and go and chase him down instead.
Yeah, he's getting floated pretty hard by a double scout. It's rough, man. Like invite and prem scouts are just another thing entirely. Actually,
well, this is awkward. Hello, hey, hi there, Demo. How's it going? Says Jackie Legs, but he will go down. Nobody can sit on their friends on Demo and watch. They're just trying to enter this cafe area again. Yeah, he just gets meat grounded down. There wasn't even Uber in the mix. That was just them playing greedy. And look at all that greed is going to get punished here. And a midpoint just given away for next to nothing, Beta.
Yeah, indeed. It all started with Jackie like going in there. He thought he was going to go for a medic suicide. Instead, he ended up just like kissing with another soldier. It's not where you want it to be. And he's going to get taken down here. So it's, again, one of those tiny Uber advantages for Doma that you can't really push on. So I expect them actually to do a whole bunch of nothing here. I think the smart play, if you're Witness Gaming, is just sit back and let just the soldiers come to them. Because at this point in time, with the time available to you, you're better off just sitting still and not giving you any ideas. But Jack Lake's got to suicide in. Kind of, he has to.
Yeah. This is the point where you start looking at the clock and, you know, it's not the optimum play, but it is a play for Foreskins, so we're going to just try and throw people wherever. Wacky, oh no, Wacky will actually get peppered by a long-range scout pepper, so with both the soldiers going down, and I think the flank is even going to get bunkered and destroyed as well. I think it is curtains for Foreskins on the second point. They haven't got an opportunity to get out because they've got some red players crawling from their only sort of exit door. Well, I say that, and oh, there we go. Jackie Legs will actually get cleaned up. Zoe, the only sort of refugee out of there. Okay, well, Caster's Curse in full motion as will go down, and second point is, oh my god, there's no one is allowed to survive and get to a bleeding doorway over on Foreskins, and they're on top of the point, and yeah, they've got a demo man to boot as well. That point is going to be easily capped out. 3 rounds, 3 minutes. What do you say, Beta?
It's pretty much impossible, and yeah, this is exactly why I was saying, like, you probably just sit around and wait for Foreskings to come to you, because then you can use the defender's advantage. So really well played there, just squeezing the win away from Foreskings, just not letting them get to anything. And I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any quick soldier plays here, but yeah, continues to just play it slow, and I kind of like this.
I like these sort of last couple of minutes, because you really see Prem people kind of start getting creative in these couple of minutes where, you know, the pressure's kind of taken off. They realise that, oh, things go wrong, and you see some quite like interesting plays. But that was just a plain old everybody jumping in and kind of scrambling for kills, and that mid, nothing really to watch there.
Yeah, this mid might actually just still change hands if Classic can just go absolutely huge, but either way, I think Sangetsu dying on the mid and Domo surviving is basically
well, Phoenix and Thomas, they take a little bout, and I guess you could say there was a buff on Thomas, and they're just all ignoring him. Can they see his model? Did they not realise that this man is still breathing and shooting at them? As the soldiers come back in, pressure this choke, can't really find the kill, but will push them out of the mid.
They're like a bull seeing red, right? Like that's just what Domo is to them. Just like a target, like must kill Domo, and then Thomas just shoots him in the back, getting the easiest kills of his life. He's up on 4 dominations. Gotta get them all here, right? Oh my god, they ran into the sticky.
Oh my god, they actually go down to the double trap here of Lanza, and I mean, it's a very expected trap, but at this point
Thomas
of the game,
saw it as well. Like
you're probably just not checking. Like, it's a couple of minutes left, you're getting lazy with your TF2. It's not really mathematically possible, but it's, you know,
yeah, Thomas pranked them, alright? Thomas definitely saw those stickies. And he just wasn't fast enough, or they didn't listen to him, or he just, pranked them. Oh, Zangetsu gets picked off. No, that's annoying. So this second point is actually getting blocked by Demul and this guy. Domo, saves himself. Gets the resupply bind.
Yeah, and Demo just simply push the scout off. Even gets a suicide kill onto Zoe as well. And yeah, everyone's just having a good time here over on Witness Gaming. 1 minute left. They can't even get like a sort of appraisal round for them. Just sort of kind of morale round as... Oh my god, was that a... okay, that was a bust in midair. A bust shot, if you can call it. An air bust. Oh, base god even finds Zangetsu. Okay, put on the clown shoes, Beta. We are definitely clowning around in the final seconds of our video game.
I love it. Like, Domo has to go for like the 5k now or something, right? Yeah. He's going for this.
Yeah, he's got 2 kill streaks so far, and
get him, Domo.
Push him into Domo one at a time. Scarier, this man's great bust.
Alright, soldiers in. No real reason. He's just in. Lancer, he walked forward. He gets punished immediately. And, okay, here we go. Demul. Get taken down. Alright, I admire his cest. He just went in there. Domo's just going in. Yeah, just going in on 85%.
Oh, the kill streak's been ended.
Play. Yeah. See, that's a real time is running out play as a medic. 85% Uber, 1 man down. Definitely run into the enemy.
Yeah,
that's good. Good times. GG. 3-0 here for Witness Gaming. Another pretty decent map here for Foreskings, but unable to actually get any points out of it. But I think they're going to walk away from this game with their heads raised high. And they definitely look like a team that could make it into playoffs.
It is an interesting game, not for the reasons you think, not so much the gameplay, but just kind of maybe aspirations of what these two teams will be. I would love to be just a fly on the wall of both of these two teams' mumbles, just to know if they're coming out of this as like a big win or like a big positivity, or is Witness Gaming now going to be like, oh no, Kado's going to say this on stream, he's going to say that on stream.
Yeah, it might be brutal, because there was a lot of mistakes being made for Witness Gaming. Like a lot.
Yeah, and I've got to be impressed by the last stand ability of just Foreskins. You know, those sort of fights where it seems like quite seemingly impossible odds, but they just, you know, knuckle down and actually turn things around in some of these fights. And it's not just been on this map, you've seen it on Granary as well. We could probably even see it in some of the logs here. Yeah,
again, Phoenix, very impressive game. Like, had more damage.
Okay, all right, you're convincing me. You may be converting me, but before I go into the full church of Phoenix, I think I'm going to have to see a bit more like allocates on the lad before, and I think it's probably playoffs is what they're aspiring for over on Foreskins, correct?
It's fine. You just die on your stupid Thomas Hill, and then Phoenix will resurrect you.
Right. And that's I'm a fan of everybody. I just want everyone to have a good time. Okay.
Wow, that's the most loser thing I've ever heard.
Hey. Okay. These logs, I'm still seeing the same trends where, Lucas kind of towering above Lanza. It's not as big as before, but if you had to ask who was having a more successful game, it would have been like Lucas in that last Sunshine game. But thank God it just wasn't a repeat of Granary.
Yeah, I actually like Classy having a pretty bad game, and I did put a question mark on him at the
I
beginning.
think it's more as just playstyle. I think those sort of winding down moments of like, okay, it's a stalemate, but Classy's in behind, so and obviously the person behind can't stay behind forever, so he will go down eventually. And I think there was just kind of a martyr for the team. A big shout out to Demo. I feel like he played a really clean game and probably played probably the most flawless out of everybody on this squad. Everybody else, though, those kind of botched Ubers and stuff like that, they've got some questions to answer.
Yeah, I mean Thomas had a good game as well. I'll give that to him. And Domo kind of got after it. Like he died a lot less than Sengetsu. There was a lot of situations where
Yeah, that was a thing we should talk about as well. A lot of these post Ubers absolutely awful for Foreskings, and it wasn't just this map. Their post Ubers, I'm sure if there was any sort of medic stacks that we could show, like you can see here deaths after charge, so much more for Zangetsu. Usually you don't see too many deaths after charge in this sort of region. They're a bit lower in an average game. You even seen Domo with quite a few as well, but it was quite back and forth, skirmish-like in this game, and they even walked away with the most mid-fight wins as well over on the Foreskins, so it's not like they didn't have their opportunities here on this Sunshine map.
Yeah, indeed. And I think overall takeaway from me was that whenever Witness Gaming went for these big suicide plays, where they would like try to send a scout behind, or they would do a 3-man sack, or send in 2 soldiers, something like that.
Or just throw Lucas in. That was probably the worst defender as well. When they just throw in, and this is not. This goes to show why not many people want to throw that demo man in. He's a big, big asset on the defense, and credit to Foreskins actually punishing them as much as they could for those sort of plays. And it showed they're like a proper team. You can't just disrespect this team and think they can't pull out the basics against the best team right now in ETF2L.
Yeah, and it is kind of worrying for Witness Gaming that these kind of plays are not working, because when they go up against the backyard bullies, then maybe they're going to get punished really hard.
Yeah. Right. Do you think this is the average playbook they're bringing out, that these are the decisions they'll make against any team, or do you think they just thought like, it's just Foreskins, it's no big deal?
I think this is their standard playbook and how they intend to play.
Okay.
It just didn't work out really well for them. And I don't know, maybe they weren't really prepared for the whole banner shenanigan thing.
Yeah, that was a treat to see, though. I was actually seeing some effective use at it. And also, those situations where things don't go great and now you've got a banner, what can you do with it when things go wrong? I feel like that was a really strong showing in these games as well, because I think anybody knows what you can do with a banner in the ideal situation, but what do you do when things go wrong? And this is an excellent game to look at.
Indeed. But with that being said, I think we should call it here for tonight.
Yeah. I'm just loving talking about TF2. It was a nice game. It was a nice evening. It was a nice big thank you to Witness Gaming EU and Foreskins for showing off their ETF2L game of our Week 5 coverage. And a big, obviously, thank you to my co-caster Beta, who has been a delight as well, talking TF2 with me. And how can we forget lovable Wiethoofd here, pressing buttons and whispering in our ears when we're thinking it's the wrong map. Pesky casters. All right, boys, we need to pack up the guns and we need to go. But don't worry, it's not the last time you'll hear of us. We're going to be continuing our coverage of ETF2L's mighty season as we go into even more week games ahead of time. But I've been TurboTabs, again with me has been Beta and Wiethoofd, and we'll see you guys next time. Tune into Team Fortress.